I wouldn't mind seeing a 4 matchup. That way, gives us a nice 5-4-4. It's 13 out of 15 possible games. Try to maximize as best we can.
Absolutely. And keep in mind our finals last year, the one who won the second chance bracket actually won the opening finals in a best of 7 in 7, and then took down a loss in, I believe, 6. So it was 13 of 14. You love to see that many matches. We're underway here. Lickarcade, Seawalker777, Lick on the left, Seawalker on the right, and they're lined up and good to go, both getting that razor shield. Both here just want to avoid grenades. They want to avoid the feet. Anything really. The feet are okay if they're near, but otherwise, just don't worry about it. And a nuke to finish the room like this for Lick could be pretty good here. And that's a good nuke. It's pretty much a dead heat here for On.
Yeah, this is pretty close, and one of our earlier matchups, this definitely has some bearing here. As actually, no, I'm looking at another one of the other nearby There are so many matchups here. I'm getting them all mixed up here.
Look at these opening drops for Lickarcade. We have an rocket into orb into spreader, while Seawalker's getting nothing. Huge advantage for Lick here early on. Seawalker's struggling to get to those rockets. Does get there though eventually.
And you'd said Lickarcade, while being listed as the 31 seed, is actually 20th on the leaderboard, having a week ago posted a 6:08 PB.
A solid opening salvo there for Lickarcade, getting a sizable lead here. Seawalker can at least use these rockets to clean up the room here. He's got to avoid out the swirl. And Lick's having a bit of trouble. Gotta get these shrapnels under control, doing it now. Seawalker really not getting much here after that initial rocket, so gonna have to work hard to avoid time loss. And gonna use a nuke, probably the right call.
Yeah, when the drops aren't coming, sometimes you need to do something here. And now a 2:08 into total carnage, and Seawalker still having some struggles here. Is this the end of the room? Yes, it will be. About 11 seconds behind.
About an 11-second lead, I believe, for Ron, and still dancing with that orb. Lick doing a good job holding the middle. And Seawalker struggling here a little bit. Lick, meanwhile, holding it down. Seawalker gets an orb, swings it through the enemies nicely. Can get control now, and nuke will help with that as well. Lick here looking for a low 3 into the bonus room. These rockets will definitely help.
Or at least help.
Almost lost the orb there late. Can use this nuke to end the room. Doesn't recognize that, but still gets it done. It'll be a 3-0-7 into the bonus room. Razor shield for Seawalker. Holding the middle now. Should be able to finish the room pretty safely. Does see a spreader and wants to get it. And that bit of a missing the kill of the shrapnel there. Not a big deal. There was an exploding shrapnel, so it didn't cost Seawalker there, but that's about a 18-second lead in the bonus room. Let's see if Lick gets a good drop to open tank trouble. It's an invulnerability, which is nice, but wisely just probably ignoring it. Unfortunately,
oh no. Backed into the corner, losing the orb.
But you gotta like the perseverance here. Just holding down the middle, waiting on that nuke, waiting for the tank possibly. Just trying to hold out hope here. Seawalker gets an invulnerability. Not a great opening drop. Does lose the orb here. Rockets for Lick.
Oh, and the invulnerability runs out that split second.
More rockets for Lick now. Back-to-back rockets. An orb for Seawalker. Kills the second gunner. Gets that orb with a good route there. Kept the enemies away from it. And now just trying to get over to the spreader. Does a good job to not get shot. Lick's not getting a lot here, though, for On.
Well, that being said, is a little more controlling of the room at the moment. Seawalker trying to get another drop here. sees the nuke's going to hit it.
Had a bit of a freeze issue here for Lickarcade, so remember, his timer is now 7 seconds less than Seawalker.
Seawalker losing the orb again, almost getting clubbed down. Nice dodging of that. We've got the exploding shrapnel and a spreader to start the room. Going to use it to take out potentially both gunners. Does get the left one and is going to use the lobber to finish that off, and does so as well.
PB probably not in play. It would be insane drops the rest of the way. I'm not sure they'd be able to do enough damage, but Lick definitely in control of this opening one. Gets an amazing spreader there. Even having to chase Mutoid will easily get, and Mutoid lines up for the damage. Might have a Glitchtoid here. That was fairly close, but no Glitchtoid this time. Lick already with the ribcage popped here, Burgundy. We'll get those lobbers, hopefully. Oh, walks into Mutoid.
Oh, no. Just running over the foot in transition. Does make up for it with a lobber and a backup lobber as well, but still 4.5 behind is Seawalker. Maybe even a little more than that is now the head popped off.
The head nicely. We do have a spreader for Seawalker. Final form here for Lickarcade. Let's see if I can see more than 5 seconds of video. Pounding home those lobber shots, and we'll grab that rocket refill. That should do it. Seawalker still trying to get that ribcage open. Lick has just played a great race. Does get sniped, though. Needs to grab that key. Force a new drop. Gets the lobber. Finishes it off for Ron. Lick will take the opening race with a 6-4X.
Looks like a 6:45. Meanwhile, Seawalker looking for another drop here on the penultimate form of Mutoid Man. There's a spreader, recognizes it, gets it, has a long way to go.
And almost gets pushed into a lobber, but gets the full transfer. This lobber should be enough.
There was a good amount of transfer damage. That is going to do it here. Just needs to take out that shrapnel. And it's just waiting for the explosion cutscene. And it's going to be a 728 for Seawalker.
That was a really high amount of transfer damage. That was the maximum transfer animation. That's what you love to see when you've got that spreader.
Just makes that final form so much easier, at least by comparison, because that thing, it seems to move around at hyperspeed.
So 1-0 Lickarcade here. As we said, by seeding could be an upset, but by PB and work being put in lately, Lick has really been working at this. You can see the improvement between round 1 and round 2 for Lick, and I would dare say the next step for Lick is learning how to use rockets a little better in the regular room, just holding the fire button down right now and wasting some of them. The top tier runners will kind of tap shoot a little to really accurately use them and get big groups at once. But either way, they've readied it up here. I'll get them underway. For Ron, do you have the lineup for Thursday? We should have that ready. Promote that. We have 5 matches coming on Thursday, guys. You don't want to miss that.
Thursday does have a bunch coming your way, and it's all going to be starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. We start off with in the top bracket, we have the 7 seed and the 10 seed going at it. It's going to be E.T. Goham and Jackamus Wedge. Jackamus, the 7 seed, E.T. Goham, the 10 seed. Then we have 40 Watt Range, the 3 seed, taking on Drumbordist, the 14 seed. We also have Mr. Entity taking on Scotty. That is an elimination match. That'll be Mr. Entity, the 29 seed, 13 seed Scotty, as we are underway here in race number 2. We also have the 30 seed Drex 23 and the 19 seeded Governator 5. And we have a matchup that'll certainly have some interesting implications. The 5 seed and the 12 seed, Mr. Dino 023 against Tapatio J.
Very much so. And as previously stated the other night, if Tapatio J can pull off that minor upset of beating Mr. Dino, we could have a round 3 meeting of the minds between 2 members of the heavy weapons crew. So that could be pretty neat as well.
So many different possibilities as we now are in collect power-ups.
Razor shield to start for Seawalker. Nice drop. Lick using invulnerability and ignoring a grenade. Seawalker also ignoring the grenade. I think I'm okay with both of them doing that based on location and current power-ups. Next up, they get an orb for Seawalker, an invulnerability for Lickarcade. Really to Seawalker's advantage. Almost got shrapnel there. And now has rockets available. Good drops for Seawalker in the room. But Lick picks up rockets and an orb late and will be out first.
And uses the rockets to just obliterate practically everything in the room. Seawalker has the orb and is kind of cornered and able to get out of the corner.
Did a good thing there and focused on the swirl and just cut down as many parts of it as possible, keeping the orb safe, not worried about the green shirts. It was methodically, shall we say, plodding its way up to the corner.
Would you say it was lumbering its way to the corner?
Yeah, he was putting it in H. That is... I have some good news for everybody. I've already decided I'm not commentating on Thursday. You'll have cards for the whole set of 5 and not my feed cutting out the whole time. So that's good news. Lick, meanwhile, holding down a bit of a lead here on Seawalker. Getting a razor shield as well. You'll love to see that in this room.
So what you're saying is your feed is also putting it in H.
Very much, to put it lightly. Seawalker still keeping that orb healthy without a lot of help. Blocks that shrapnel. I think he's going to ignore that rocket because that thing is really difficult to grab, being right against the mine.
That is some pixel teasing on the part of the game, placing a very desired rocket pretty much right on top of the mine.
And the worst part about it is that it's also near a door, so losing your orb is highly possible.
But gets rockets at the door here, but Lickarcade going to be first into the secret room at about a 312.
But Seawalker is maintaining contact here, only about a 9-second gap, and has pretty much a full spreader on board, ready for the start of tank trouble. As we have some Taco Bell product placement with Taco Bell. A nuke here for Lick. Not a bad opening drop. You can get rid of 1 gunner with that and can even get the second if you really go after it. And Lick does. Loses the orb. Let's see what Seawalker's got on board. Trying to get rid of 1 gunner. Can't do it. And loses the orb as well. So it's anybody's game here. 1 gunner gone for Seawalker.
Gets an invulnerability. Nice dodging of the bullets there. Takes out the gunners. And Seawalker just trying to get something, anything here.
Seawalker's mistake there was spreading out the shots at both of them. Volleyed one side then the other, but didn't finish either, and the Swarmers were allowed to get too close because of it. But neither one getting great stuff. Here's a rocket for Lick. Seawalker doing a good job to stay alive right now, but that's about all geez, I'm mixing up names. Seawalker can do. Does get rockets. Good patience. Avoided the tank.
Gets clubbed down.
Man, that was some good patience. Just couldn't get through the line of enemies to get there. It's going to be a 449 for Lick into Mutoid Man.
And an orb here for Seawalker. And those rockets will help finish out the room. but he loses the orb on the way out.
Not a massive deal. All depends what the drops are like. And right now, Lick's not getting a ton of help here thus far. Does get rid of the gunners. Gets a spreader, but the wrong side of the room there, Ferran. You prefer that left side as the player one.
Seawalker takes out one of the gunners. Arm just now getting popped off for Lickarcade.
Spreader for Lick there. Got a few shots in with that waning invulnerability, but gets run over. But gets the second arm popped as the first arm comes off for Seawalker.
But there's a key.
Does pick up a lobber, so not a bad drop there. A lobber for Seawalker. Advantage, nobody really, though. Looking for the next spreader here. Who's going to get it? The lead belongs to Lick, popping open the rib cage as the second arm is now off for Seawalker.
Advantage Trolltoid at this point, as there's an invulnerability for Seawalker, an empty drop. Meanwhile, rockets and more rockets for Lickarcade. That's going to pop the head off. So
Spreader for Lick, this might seal it. These lobbers were catching Seawalker up, but this is probably all she wrote for this matchup. That transfer damage.
Oh, look at that transfer damage. Final form. Going to go over to just get the rockets, and that's going to finish it off.
Boom. Another big transfer damage. That means so much in a race, as Seawalker has played a good race here, but just unfortunately for him, Lickarcade got that great transfer on the spreader. Seawalker much closer this time, but still taking the loss now, facing elimination in the upcoming game, down 2-0 in this match in the second chance bracket. Trying to make these lobber shots count to kill off.
And does kill off Mutoid Man. Now just trying to take care of the 3 shrapnel in the room. Is able to do so and is going to be out of here at about a 7:15.
So we'll get them ready here for race number 3, guys. Bit of an unfortunate break for Seawalker, a fortunate one for Lick to seal that away with that spreader. We'll have to wait and see if we can foist off elimination, or if this will be their last race of the evening. We shall see, Burgundy.
Yeah, LOZ Cards fan saying it in chat here. He's been playing better in the arena, but he's also been running luckier too. It's sometimes better to be luckier than good, or lucky than good, but it's even better to be both.
Give them the countdown here. We should be underway momentarily. Game number 3 of this elimination match. Winner moves on in the second chance bracket. The loser will become a spectator, enjoying the show as we move forward. Let's see what the game's going to deal. Good luck.
Yep, the winner will advance on in the bonus bracket, round 2, to take on whomever loses between Mr. Dino and Tapatio J. That's the 5-12 seed.
Not an enviable task for either, but Lick has shown some skills and working out how to play, so could be a problem if Lick indeed seals the deal in this matchup.
And to answer the question in chat, this is a best of 5 until we get to the money rounds, and then it's a best of 7.
And a very nice, very late in the flash cycle nuke from Lick will grab the lead into collect power-ups. About a second and a bit, a second and change, as I've been known to say. Let's see what the drops are going to give here. Lick's opening drop is a nuke right in the middle. It's a foot for Seawalker.
Rockets for both.
I got those double rockets. And orb, wow, Lick living high and in charge. A spreader and then a razor shield. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
But more rockets for Seawalker. That is something that can carry you in the short term. Look at this time for Lick, a 120. Seawalker, the nuke was just a little too early, unfortunately, and we'll be back about 8 seconds into Eat My Shrapnel.
Shrapnel exploding everywhere here. Lick doing a good job of dodging. And now more rockets with the orb.
Lick a little close to losing the orb there, but held it down. Now an orb for Seawalker finally, but did use that nuke, so that'll be a 1 to 2 second penalty. Oh, Seawalker drops the orb. You hate to see that. Rockets in the short term again will help here control the room. Lick is on a great pace here. Just needs to lock it down. Needs to use diagonal a little bit. Gets to the racer. Almost loses the orb, rushing back to the middle. That should be about, what, a 10-second lead now?
Something thereabouts. Not going to bother with... Oh, now does step on the nuke at the very last possible moment.
Well, Seawalker grabs the orb there. Makes a big sure to kill the shrapnel while going over. Good move. But man, Lick is just dominating the middle with these power-ups and that shield. Grenade pit. Oh my god! Oh my god! What the heck was that? What was that on Seawalker? He went through 2 shrapnels and the swarmers and didn't lose the orb. What the heck was that? It's almost a sub-3 for Lick into the bonus room, but all eyes on Seawalker's side for that. Please clip that.
I feel like Booker T. Tell me I didn't just see that.
Ooh, nice move by Seawalker. Stepped away from the orb. Would have lost it right away. Got rid of the swarmer. That was something else. Lick is on very good pace. If the drops are kind, Lick could have a PB potential on play here, but gotta hold it down. Cannot drop the orb and drops it, unfortunately. And dies, but you know what? Might have been for the best. That tank came out the bad door right near the rockets. This will clean up a lot of the mess here for Lick.
Potential blessing in disguise here, and you can see just getting right back to the middle of the room.
We'll be able to use the spreader next to keep control. We'll have to watch out for that annoying tank, though, which will be showing up soon. Or maybe killed enough shrapnels, there'll be no more tanks. That's the last shrapnel in the room. This is a rare takedown of the shrapnel spawn.
And now just have swarmers and more swarmers.
Oh, great move by Seawalker, using the invulnerability after death. Clear some space, get that orb nice and safe. There is sub-6 potential for Lick, even with a 430 entry. It's possible. Seawalker drops the orb.
I'd buy that for $1.
We do have a clip of that, so we will have to watch that after the matches are over. I still don't know. We kept live. Opening spreader, but Lick forgets about how far Mutoid goes. Unfortunately, should have grabbed the weapon and tried to manual. A bit of a mistake there. Does get a lobber.
And gets gunned down by those front gunners.
So it looks like the sub-6 is probably dead here. The hopes are gone at this point. Just wants to finish the match out strong. But this tank trouble has just been disaster. Oh my god, double shrapnel explosion, a tank, and a shrapnel at the bottom door. Seawalker will be glad to see the end of this room. Well back right now, but Lick only popping the first arm. And now an empty drop Burgundy. This match is not over.
Just one arm now. I believe the second one about to pop for
Lickarcade.
There's a spreader.
Could pop both arms with good use here. Got to really go after it, though. He gets an invulnerability. He sees it. This will definitely help him out here as the ribcage pops on Lick's side. There goes one arm. There goes two arms. Seawalker is not dead yet. Gets sniped.
Oh, and he gets sniped by the laser.
Gets a lobber, though. And Lick will be without a weapon again here. And now a spreader chance for Seawalker. Couldn't decide whether he wanted to die or not. Can he still get to it? No,
he gets blocked.
Head pop here for Lick. So Lick back in control. Seawalker's going to need another spreader. At least one here to really make it back in. We'll have to continue in the process, potentially. Empty drop there for Seawalker. Can probably ignore it. Final form for Lick. That massive lead showing, but there goes the head on Seawalker's side. Spreader drop right now. He could still steal it. It's a grenade, unfortunately.
Oh. And of course, there's the spreader on Lick's side. You don't like to see it on that final form.
And there it is. Lick will take this match 3-0. But man, Seawalker goes for a manual with that second spreader drop in the room. Might have had a chance to steal this one.
The game giveth, the game taketh away. 7:09, the final time for Lickarcade. And we're going to get a continue here on Seawalker's side.
And a key just to rub it in. Come on, game. And now a spreader, of course. It's the final form. They drop all the time there.
Of course. Boo this RNG.
Oh, Seawalker couldn't quite escape the treads of Mutoid there. Should get this lobber, though, and should be enough to finish it out here. Yeah, it was like 2 shots. So, guys, that'll bring tonight's festivities to an end. But